One of the things that fighter kite makers that are new to making fighter kites often have trouble with from various emails and comments I get is how to deal with the bow, because it has to be under tension when you're creating the shape of the kite. So how do you do that easily? And when you're making the kite, if this were the kite sail right here, how do I attach the bow without using like a bow setter? So these little things right here called photo corners, self-adhesive, they're plastic. These are clear, so they're very hard to see in the video here, I'm sure. But they just come on a paper strip and you just take one off and put it on the sail material itself, or if you're making a pattern, on the pattern material, right at the corner where the actual bow is supposed to go, the end of the bow, the wingtip, and you line that up with the trailing edge and the wingtip. Now, I use, as you can see, a toothpick, and I use it for a couple of reasons. One is to get it off of the paper that it comes on, but these photo corners are fairly flat and they don't have the ability to allow for the diameter of the carbon bow to fit in there without some sort of a help to guide the bow in. So if you're going to cut the bow to the exact length of the plan you're making, these photo corners make it quite easy, because all you do, I've already applied one here, so you put I put the toothpick in there and slide the bow in and make sure that it's in as far as it can go, and then the same on the other side. Now it doesn't take very long and it's not complicated. And now the bow is in there. Now if this were my sail material, I would leave it this way, but I would glue the bow to the material. But I would leave the corners, the photo corners, on the sail. So that's an easy way if you know, if you're cutting the bow to the exact length that you're using in the kite. Now if you're not going to do that, if you just have the bow material but you haven't got it cut, or maybe you don't even know what the dimension is for the bow in the kite you're making, then what do? Well, one of the viewers of my YouTube channel emailed me with a brilliant idea. He used a metal strip and he used magnets. These are magnets that he bought. He carved notches with his Dremel tool into the magnet itself. I haven't done that yet, but what I have done is apply these photo corners to the magnet itself, and they function in the same way. So you put the magnet where you want it. Let's just say that this is the bow we're going to use, and it's just a certain length of this carbon fiber rod, and I'm going to insert it here in this one right here, and then I have another one right here that I also have applied a photo corner to, but you could cut, he cut a notch in his, which makes it even easier once the notch is there, And these slide, but boy do they hold well once they're in position. And I'm going to put this in here in the photo corner. Now I don't know right now how long this bow is supposed to be in the kite. So what I'm going to do is just put it in here. I'll turn this around so it makes sense for you. So now what I want to do is I want to adjust the distance between these magnets to allow the bow to fit the kite plan best it can. Now it takes a little bit of jockeying around, but once it's set, then you know exactly what kind of bow length you're going to need, because you can see right here at the wingtip and here at the wingtip where you're going to need to cut the bow. You don't need to cut it when you're making the kite. You can cut it after the kite's completely finished. But if this were the sail material, I would adjust this just a little bit more. And once I had it, I would tape this bar down onto my work surface so it wouldn't move. Then I would go ahead and put glue on the bow between the wingtip and where the shoulder, where this leading edge meets the bow. Press that down, hold it, and same on the other side. Once the glue is dry, I would release the bow material from the magnets and cut right here at the wingtip the bow. So I don't need to know the bow length using this method. Now the fellow who thought of this, his name is Jose Marta, and he is obviously a very ingenious guy, and I really appreciate his sharing his brilliant idea with me and wanting to share it with you as well. So those are two ways to use these little guys here, photo corners, to help with one of the most challenging parts of making a diamond-shaped fighter kite.